Greetings and welcome to another Obby Live episode. We are trying something a bit different tonight. I'm going to be opening the lines, as is evident by our thumbnail tonight. It will be the first time I've attempted using this software, like whilst live streaming. I've tried it out a couple of times. I think I've got the hang of it. But yeah, if anyone does feel like they want to pop on and just simply say hello, or as I said in the description, you can simply say hi, you can come on, tell us your life story. There's a couple of other things I've prepared if anyone's like, well, yeah, I'd love to come on, what am I supposed to talk about? We have what I refer to as a topic wheel. It is 8 different I'll just turn off our background audio a second. It is 8 subjects at the minute, although I'm going to add another one. Let me see, can I'm going to add to it... no, I think I'll leave it how it is at the minute. Yeah, but the idea is, you join the stream, I will be releasing join-in instructions in about 8 PM, another half an hour. I'll put a link in the description, in the live chat, and I'll also put it up on the screen. It is a tiny URL website. But yeah, more details on joining instructions. Yeah, there's a few subjects: nature of Earth, AI, artificial intelligence, disease X, climate change, digital currency, psyops, and we spin the wheel, and based on that, let's see, so yeah, this would be spinning the wheel, and whatever it comes on, there's the arrow here, by the way, sorry, AI, there's just a very tiny little indentation there, you can see, where yeah, it's the arrows here. Perhaps I should make that more obvious, but as I say, if you want to particularly discuss one of those subjects over another, then yeah, join the stream. It'll be starting properly in 30 minutes, or less than 30 minutes now. I'll make sure the live chat's working. Actually, thought I'd left a comment in here earlier, but perhaps I didn't. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I do have, like, just while I'm setting up, because there probably will come a point, if I do get anyone to join the stream this evening, that I'll put out, that I'll have to go and monitor that audio before joining them to the stream. So in the event of that happening, I do have like an old episode from the archives. If I mean, I'll start playing it now.
Straight against tyranny, vax passports.
Back to be. Yeah, I used to. This is a live stream from July 2021. Sorry, June 2021. Where I used to have like a 5-minute countdown timer. Now I just play a little bit of music in the background, put a bit of text on, that we are watching archive footage, just while we kind of get things warmed up a little bit. So, yeah, if anyone wants to say hello in the live chat, that's good to know. I do also have another couple of other subjects to follow up on. Yeah, another thing people are welcome to come on the stream and try is a game I'll be playing. Hang on. And it's called Guess the Headline. I'll show you a quick example of that. I mean, I came across a headline today that said conspiracy theorists are using what to make what, and I would obviously invite anyone that calls in to try and answer that, or of course you can just answer it in the live chat. So yeah, what exactly do you believe conspiracy theorists are using? What are they making out of it? I'm tempted just to fill this one in, just because it's quite a hypocritical article I saw. Yeah, if anyone wants to play Guess the Headlines, then this is kind of where we're what the thinking is behind that. Actually, I will give people a second or two in the live chat if anyone is watching this evening to have a crack at guessing what that headline is. Conspiracy theories are using what to make what. Yeah, and if you think you have any idea on what that might be, then yeah, let us know in the live chat. Yeah, we are going to put on, as I said, a bit of archive footage just while I finish putting out the link, and just to give us a bit of, so you're not listening to dead air as it was. Also, I've done these open line episodes before where no one's joined. I mean, that isn't that uncommon, but I've also, so far, I've never had more than one person join an episode of open lines. So it would be great if I get more than one. That would be something else. Okay, yeah, I will complete the headline then, as I don't know if no one's in the live chat or if people just aren't interested. Let's see. Let's make sure the stream's playing back alright quickly. Okay, conspiracy theorists. Let me just fill in the headline. So what the answer was, conspiracy theorists are using disease X to make what would be the most hypocritical headline you could read about and the newspaper claiming conspiracy theorists are using to make what? When you think of how much... Okay, yeah, we'll head to the article, and the final piece of that puzzle was apparently conspiracy theorists are using disease X to make money. If you want to know the source of that headline, then bear with us a second and I'll just go to the original article. Right, let me just bring up our display a second. Yes, that's another option if anyone wants ideas for what to do on the live stream. Unfortunately, there's a massive ad on this web page. But yeah, conspiracy theorists argue a lab-grown disease will be released on the world. It was something, the only place I've heard of Disease X is on mainstream media. But apparently they're profiting from the fake claims they spread about Disease X. The non-existent disease, brilliant. Non-existent disease is used by the World Health Organization to prepare for a hypothetical future pandemic, and could be a bacteria, a virus, a parasite, or even a fungus. However, an investigation by AFP found right-wing influencers in the US are selling medical kits to protect unsuspecting buyers against the fictional disease, which experts say contain an unproven bullshit 19 treatment. What? I'm not following that article. Yeah, how hypocritical are this? By conspiracy theorists, what they mean are people... There's probably specifically talking about Alex Jones and David Icke, but they're your kind of fake conspiracy theorists. They are probably the ones talking about Disease X, but what self-respecting conspiracy theorists would be selling medical kits? Do you know what? I've spent so much time, particularly in the video we're going to watch from 2021, where I was telling people these medical testing kits, don't trust them. All you're doing is you're basically consulting a medium. I did a live stream called Modern Day Mediums, and it was looking at how today doctors are basically, we go to them to tell us our fortune, and it just seems like an unusual way for conspiracy theorists to be coming at this one, when the only people that have been pushing a non-existent disease lately to make money were the World Health Organization. Remember, these are people you couldn't question. You could not, if someone like myself or the many other, people that put out content, except for the mainstream press, they can say and do what they want. They can put any articles out, it would seem, and it never gets flagged for medical misinformation. But yeah, say someone like, me, you came onto this channel, you watched this video from 2021 called A Never Ending Story, and any utterances against the World Health Organization would indeed have your video taken down, possibly worse. I think didn't some Discord servers get taken down? I could be wrong about that, but from what I remember, I think Discord servers were prone to it. If you said something wrong, you would have, YouTube accounts get taken down all the time for misinformation and disinformation. Funny enough, you cannot flag any of these news articles for misinformation. I've not found a way of doing that yet. About Disease X is not new. Well, the only people giving us information is the World Economic Forum and the World Health Organization. But the topic has exploded since it was discussed at the World Economic Forum in January. Falsehoods about the disease include that it is an elitist plot to depopulate the Earth. Okay, that's my view on what they're basically talking about. When they say Disease X, they mean that whole crap we went through in 2020 and 2021. That is Disease X. Was it a plot to depopulate Earth by giving them nasty treatments? I'm not sure. That isn't necessarily something I wouldn't be surprised if those syringes just contain water. But who knows? Would you really put it past manufacturers such as, I can't even think of the big name manufacturers anymore, but would you put it past them to sell you water in a syringe and then charge the NHS? By the way, greetings to Nathan Oakley, AJ R. Wild, a name I haven't seen for a long time, and Flurf Daddy Ray Lives, plus Adam Adamant. Great to see you all in the chat. And I hope you can stick with us for a little bit. I will be opening up the lines, as it were, tonight. So if anyone wants to come on and say hello, just give us we'll be releasing a link in the next 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. Now, depending on if anyone even joins, it could see me floundering a bit, trying to work out how to make everyone audible, make sure you can hear me, etc. I think I've got it all the creases ironed out, but just in case, I'd appreciate your patience tonight. But yeah, more of that in about 10 minutes. Right, misinformation, disinformation, there's nothing new. Falsehoods about the disease. Okay, depopulate the Earth. Yeah, I'm not going with that. And that appeared to originate in the US, but is now spreading across Asia. How would it depopulate the Earth? Are they saying they're putting out an illness that will kill everyone off? No, even that, I'm certainly not buying that. No way. Still just trying to put you in a state of fear. Look at these ridiculous yellow warnings. Trying to make you, trying to make us afraid, of course, but it's not something we're going to full 4. Right, the discovery of a radiation-proof worm. Oh, this is a completely different story. Right, okay. But yeah, don't worry. AFP fact checkers have been alerted. Right, what if I think this article's a load of rubbish and should be flagged for medical misinformation? How do I do that? Where's the flag for medical misinformation button? I could be wrong. Isn't it on Twitter? Say if I go to my tweet, for example. I'm pretty sure there's a way where you can report it. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Perhaps you can't report your own posts. I don't know. I wonder who's... Okay. Let's have a look. Okay, recent post from Carl Vernon. If I wanted to report that... Yeah, you can. Report post. Very difficult to report news articles. Right. I'm going to have a quick look at the live chat, and then I'm going to put on, as I said earlier, some archive footage for about 10 minutes. I do want a catch up with this chat. Right, is the text visible with the new background? Because I have changed that recently. Let me just try and make that a bit more legible. Hang on. Obviously this is stuff I should be doing pre-show. But yeah, I've spent so long trying to set up Video Ninja. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the site. It's owned or run by the same people that make open broadcast software. It used to be called OBS Ninja. It's now Video Ninja. Right. Having a Flurf Daddy says a flat space for misinfo on Facebook all the time. Yeah, I'm sure there is a report. Gotcha. Report space. And Nathan says pure projection. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And Flurf Daddy's talking about being banned. Hopefully not. Okay, yeah, I'm going to indulge your patience for 5 minutes while I'm going to just put on a video from 2021, as I said, July 2021. Flurf Daddy Ray, first time catching you live. Well, I'm massively appreciate having you here, all of you. AJ, Flurf, Nathan. It is good to see you guys in the chat. Yeah, by the way, I know I've seen your username as a different person, Adam, and I'm curious if that's your... Yeah, obviously I don't want anyone giving out too much of their personal information, but the price of Adam, I'm pretty sure that's the same image, if I'm not mistaken. Is that Adam Meakin, without wanting to give anyone's, full name away? Is that the same person, or have I got that mixed up? Yeah, you're known by a different name, Price of Adam. No problem. It looks like you've got a few accounts going, as do I, in fact. Right. Yeah, huge. I'm going to put a little bit of text up on the screen then. I'm going to set up the open lines so I can bring you in. Right, where are we? And then once... so bear with me 5-10 minutes. I'll be back. I'll have a link for if anyone wants to join the stream. Yeah, this video... Let's see. Okay, it's about to start. So yeah, as I say, thanks to you guys in the live chat. We'll be starting properly in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to leave you with someone at one of the protests in London back in 2021 where we got people laughing at the police, which, on the one hand is kind of humorous. So yeah, enjoy this. Catch you back in a second. Over and out.
And ladies and gentlemen, today we have a great display of the latest riot gear from the British Metropolitan Police. And we have number one here, as you can see, beautiful. And the wonderful, slightly weird and dystopian picture of a man in riot gear with a piece of paper mask around his face. Do you realise, Constable Ward, how ridiculous you look with that mask on?
He don't care. They look like crooks.
Anyway, then we've got the guy fourth along. He hasn't got a mask on, so are you two more contagious than him? The next three, no mask. Then we got mask, no mask, no mask, 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 no mask. Why? Why are you wearing a mask? You've got shields on your face. Now the thing is, by the way, we know that the reason why they're wearing the masks is because masks are there to protect us. So they're there in riot gear with the helmets on and their batons, but they're wearing masks to protect you lot whilst they beat you.
Okay, that was a video by Dissent Media. I've left a link in the live chat. Hope you're all well. That came from one of the demonstrations that took place over the weekend. Now, if anyone tuned in who happened to attend, I'd be curious to know what you thought of it, how it went. Got to say, I'm in two minds about them. I do think, obviously, I think it's great that people go to the effort of demonstrating, letting the government know, letting people know, publicly displaying their dislike of what's going on. Do I think they make a blind bit of difference? Well, possibly. I mean, by all accounts, when the French people did their thing and demonstrated, they, I believe it went a little way. But yeah, that one. I do always think, though, all these I call them demonstrations, rallies, walks, meetups, you could call them. They always seem to end up with some violence and stuff, which basically ends up making those doing the protesting in the first place. I mean, of course, there's agent provocateurs. You can't underestimate what they do, the part they play in it. Yeah, a few things to look at. If anyone wishes to say hello in the live chat, it's always good to know who's watching. Generally, every other week I do open lines, but I've decided not to do that on this occasion because basically it means I have to do it through StreamYard, and StreamYard can be a bit of a pain, not that reliable. So, a couple of things. As you can see, the image used to illustrate this week's live stream is Boris Johnson and his suggestion of vaccine passports being a thing in, not now of course, but right at the end of September by all accounts. And it takes me back to when all this started. Didn't they used to claim that, go lock down for a couple of weeks, everyone makes sacrifices, and it'll all be over and done within a couple of weeks? I don't know what happened to that, but that no longer seems to be a thing. We will go to the scum. Yes, wrong one. Some absolutely crazy headlines I've come across this week. When was this one? I forget what day it was. It might have even been last week, 19th of July. What are we now? The 25th. I'm sure this isn't anything you haven't already heard of, but party goers having to be double jabbed to enter nightclubs from the end of September, and apparently any crowded places, I believe, which brings to mind churches, congregations.
will a place sort of take a congregation that claims to put their faith in God? Will they be saying, well, the only way you'll be allowed to enter and worship is if you put your faith first in the government and the pharmaceutical industry? Pretty out there. Phil Wright, greetings. Welcome to the live chat. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for saying hello. If anyone has anything they want us to look at or any particularly interesting stories they think is worthy of us taking a look at, I'm always appreciate hearing them, because I don't follow the news that closely. The main things I see is what comes up on Twitter, actually. And one of the big things I saw over the weekends was just how many protests were going on around the country. It kind of seems, let's go on Twitter actually, it sort of seems strange that so many different places had so many different things very well organised. Let's see, I did like some of them. And we got to see a few videos. Where were we? Here we are. This is Melbourne. Again, see, I think it's great that people are protesting, but it seems very well organised that all these different countries all start protesting on the same day. I mean, who is actually in control of this? Of course, controlled opposition. First, I'd like to say hello to Joanne Moore64. Greetings and welcome to the live chat. Not a name I'm familiar with. I'm just curious if you're a new subscriber or not.
Okay, we are back. Thank you for your patience. And that was a clip, as AJ says in the live chat, that was Ben's video. It was a guy at the very start of it where they're laughing at the police officer. It's a guy called he went by the name Dissent Media. I'm not sure if he's still going nowadays or not, but yeah, he's thanks and appreciation to him. I would have left a link to his channel. Right, I'm gonna release the link in the live chat if anyone wants to join us as a guest. Then if you just click the link in the chat, I'll give you a quick walkthrough of how you join if you want. It's as I say, it's a site called VDO Ninja. Right, let me bring up my display a minute. Does that work? Oh, that's... Hang on, we're getting there. Right. If I bring up my display... Why's my hotkeys not working? No idea. That's way out of line. Okay, yeah, this is VDO Ninja. This is what you will see if you're with us. Well, this is what I see anyway. And if I wanted to join, I would obviously put the link in. The very first thing you'll be asked is to allow access to your, well, you come to this bit, whether you're on a mobile phone or on a computer, join the room with camera. As I say, the first thing you'll be asked is VDO Ninja wants to use your microphone and camera. That is the only thing you have to give it. You don't have to give it any personal information. You don't have to give it a name. But before pressing this big green start button, yeah, turn off your camera. That's what I'm requesting. No offense, but I'm not interested in people's faces. And then, yeah, hitting the green start button will bring you into our green room, as it were. I'm not actually going to join it because it will probably cause all sorts of issues. But as I say, if you do join, please be patient, as I do have to, I might not necessarily spot you immediately. You might not hear me in the room. What you should be able to see, though, if you do join that room, is the show. You should still get all the audio, I believe. Maybe. Yeah, I've unmuted my microphone. I think I've got it all set up so that you will come through, but yeah, that will that's something we'll wait and see how we get on with that one. In the meantime, let's have a look at the chat. Maria says, under the new definition of extremism, could platforms like this be considered permissive environments? If that's yeah, I mean, we looked at the article before we watched that archive video of how they were saying about Generation X's are going to be... No, sorry, what am I on about? Generation X's, I'm all over the place. Conspiracy theorists are going to be spreading misinformation. I noticed they didn't actually specify who conspiracy theorists were. On the one hand, I mean, that article itself... Yeah, if anyone does join the stream, by the way, does want to join as a guest, if you put a message in the live chat to make sure I know you're there, because that's kind of... I don't really get much of a notification otherwise. I'm going to put something on the screen as well. Hang on. Let me rewrite. Let me just put a bit of text up for us. So, yeah, another way of joining the stream tonight is by going to tinyurl.com. Let me just put up some text for it. Right. Join as a guest. tinyurl.com/obbylines123. Yeah, quite an easy one to remember, hopefully. Let me make sure it's readable for everyone. If no one ends up joining, which wouldn't be the first time, then yeah, I guess you'll just have to put up with me. But that might not, hopefully won't be the worst thing in the world. Let's see. My text isn't working. What's going on? There we go. That should be a little more readable. And then I'm going to take the live chat down a bit. There we go. Yeah, it would be great to get on and speak to anyone that's may have at some point wanted to ever say hello. As I say, if you want to join but you've got nothing to but you don't know what you would want to talk about, we've got a topic randomizer, I think I'd call it, where it's just a wheel. The arrow is, there's this very slight indentation here. I wonder if maybe I should put a better arrow on actually. Hang on. Let's see what I can do a sec. Shouldn't take me too long. Yeah, but going back, of course, to the subject of what is that article talking about, and are people gonna be labelled things like what was the term Maria used? Oh, sorry, is this going to be a permissive environment? I'm not sure. They kind of have to be careful about not being seen too much to be, this is supposed to be a land of free speech, I believe. Right, how does this work? Okay, we've got a big arrow. So, any subject the arrow's on, for example. Okay, yeah, if you want to come on, no idea what to talk about. Surely I can line this arrow up better. Hang on. I don't know if I can, actually. Let's see. Probably not. Aspect ratio. Is it possible? Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay, we just have to have a sideways facing arrow. Yeah, then of course we would spin the wheel, and whatever subject the wheel lands on, you would be obliged to talk about. Disease X, for example. I think I can add to them. Let's see. I'm not sure actually. Right, how do we... Right, is that possible? Nope, that does nothing. Okay, yeah, that'll have to be the subjects. If you've got a particular subject you want to talk about, then yeah, as I say, it's called open lines. So you can tell us anything. Flurf Daddy says, I love the idea. I just know my business partner is going to call as soon as I pop in. No problem, Adam. That's all right. No obligation, obviously, but I have been wanting to do another open lines for a while. I've had a few regular guests, and like in the past when I've done it, I've had a few. We've had Michelle from Oz, someone who I don't see very much. I don't see in the live chat anymore. Hope she's still doing well. Also, the last couple of open lines, we've had Joker Man join us. We've also had Random Games, otherwise known as Sunstar Thunder Lightning, actually someone who helped me test out Video Ninja, so my huge appreciation to her. Also, Some Girls, she was another YouTuber we've had come on and say hello. But if no one comes on, then not to worry, we'll just have to live with that. As I say, it wouldn't be the first time. I'm not going to cry. I'll try anyway. Oh. Yeah, another subject. I made a video recently about scams and whatnot, and just how widespread they are. They really are everywhere. I've mentioned in the past that I am on Instagram. And I'll show you. Oh, by the way, Flurf Daddy Ray, if you come on, there's no obligation for anyone to do any more than just say hello, and then hang up again. In fact, even just entering that room, you will still get to watch the stream. You should still be able to hear me. I think that's how it would, As I said, yeah, you can help be my guinea pig. Yeah, as I was talking about Instagram, I put a video up. But sorry, didn't put videos up. I put up on there, I put pictures of like my thumbnails that I use. And last week's one was Destroy All Humans, and I had a comment by someone called AI Art Community. Wow, amazing, send us the pic. So I did. They then got in touch with me. And what do you think they're asking? What do you think they want? Let's see. Where are messages? I haven't got a clue how to use Instagram. Messages, there we go. Yeah, this person. So I sent them the picture as they requested. And they say, hello, how are you? We will upload your photos video on our page and tag you. Well, brilliant, I thought. What a nice way to help share my profile to our followers. You'll get more publicity, views, likes, and followers. Yeah, great. Can't argue with that. And the next line. We have a small fee for promotion. Would you like to know? Yeah, this is, I'm going to say, almost a scam, I think. I'm going to ask how much. What sort of ridiculous price do you think they're going to charge me? I would do this for free. If I saw the work of other YouTubers and I enjoyed it, I would share it for absolute free. I mean, on that subject, I mean, obviously, I don't want to be a hypocrite, and that's, by the way, that's one thing I'm suggesting people do tonight. Come out and come on. If you've got a content producer, you want to shout out someone on YouTube or anywhere other place, yeah, join as a guest and let us know. Oh, it looks like we got someone. Bear with me. I did say, actually, if anyone does join, I'm going to have to put on archive footage a minute. I did hear the person in the chat, so give us 30 seconds and we'll be back. But yeah, thank you to whoever has joined. Bear with me 1 minute. Yeah, I'm going to send a message to this person asking how much they want. And I wouldn't be surprised if... Well, they might put my pictures up, but I'm guessing all these pictures have been done by the same person. It looks like they're sharing Yayaz, but I bet they're just another, I don't know, not a legitimate channel. Who knows? Right, I'm going to leave you with some archive footage for a second and talk to the person that's joined as a guest. I hope they're still with me. Back in 1 second. Oh, I've got an issue with that. I'm not going to be able... Yeah, I've got all the audio coming through the same person, so I'm going to try and just add them and see who they are. Okay, yes. Can you hear me in the chat? Let me bring you up. Great, I can hear you now.
Big, I'll be here for a minute. Why not?
I just need to turn off some background audio myself. Yeah, thank you. How do you want to go by the way?
Adam, how you doing, man?
This is Adam, is it? From the chat. Thank you. Obviously, I know you said you might be called away, so, and I did ask you also to put a message in, which I see you've done. Sorry, how long were you in there, by the way?
I don't know. 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay, my apologies keeping you waiting. It's just that I've only got one.
Fine. We're all right.
I need a second monitor, but were you able to watch the stream while you were in the chat?
Yeah, okay? I'm watching it right now.
And the audio's coming through all right, not repeating or?
Yeah, it gave me... I have 2, what do you call it, audio sliders right now, and I've got the, what do you call it, the mute button, YouTube one, okay, down, and I've got the phone one up.
Okay, great, that's perfect. So it's fairly easy to use.
So far so good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put your name on the line on the screen if you don't mind. Joining. Hang on, let me do that better. Yeah, I think I've seen your name on...
Fatty Ray is just sarcasm, because I felt like Adam Meekin's name. It's really like it's a shadow, just talking to people, and then you talk to people for 5 years, and they're like, "Are you not Adam Meekin?" I'm like, "Oof. All right, cool. We should get to clarifying."
So I'm not the only person that's made that error, no?
No.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
just to let you know, if anyone else were to join, as far as I know, they would just be able to come back in. That's something I've not been able to test out yet on using Video Ninja. You got a channel yourself, haven't you?
Say it again.
You've got a YouTube channel yourself, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, I've got a couple now. Yeah.
Do you want us to have a look?
Yeah, why not? Appalachian Luck, that's one of them.
Hang on, I'll just bring up our display. You did one about a film channel as well, didn't you?
Oh, I do. I have that. What is it? I think right now it's called A Wall of Movies with Adam.
Okay. That sounds about right.
I've been working on that, but it's basically just a writing process right now because my whole house is just a wreck, and I'm a little busy. I'm not gonna lie, like I don't flirt too much, but Outside of that, I stay pretty busy.
Okay, no problem.
I edit for that Luck channel, and I edit for a wildlife cam channel, which is Appalachian. Oh, I want to say Appalachian critters and stuff. Critters dash n stuff dash stuff.
Okay.
It's I don't it anyway. You know, my friend and I basically we made a an LLC, Appalachian Creative, and the whole idea is to pretty much start ourselves, get successful enough to where we can bring other people in to make their own content, and then basically make a a production house
Great. And what's that called? Sorry.
our state.
Appellation.
Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Sorry. What's the name of the channel?
Which one?
The one you were or the last one you were talking about, Appellation.
The critters and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Appalachian Luck. Appalachian Creative is the is just the business name. Is the LLC we bought.
Okay.
Because we were going for something. We're trying to
And your Wall of Movie ones, because I thought I was subscribed to that.
Oh, thank you.
What was that one called? What was the name of that one?
It was Adam's Movie Corner, but I had found out that there was someone with that name as well.
Okay.
So I went to a Wall of Movies with Adam.
A Wall of. Okay, I would. Is that your main one? I'm this one here, yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, nice one. Yeah, I do
Yeah,
remember.
that'd be it.
I thought, yeah,
That's
I
a
am
good
subscribed.
movie. Ugh.
What, Versus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very strange movie. That one is it's like man. At first it starts as like a mobster movie, and then it turns into like a zombie vampire movie, and it becomes like this biblical angel against demon type of thing. It's very cool.
Okay.
Very cool.
Good. Yeah, it looks like you've got an interest in films then, obviously.
Yeah, that was my thing for a long time.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen some of them. Some of these that you've put in here, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they've remade that one recently, haven't they?
Yeah, well, yeah. I think they've got something like 8 or 9 of them now.
Okay.
That
Wow.
remake wasn't bad though. The one that came out in 2006. I remember that was one of the only times in a horror movie that I ended up crying was because of that dude getting sawed in the nuts. It was just so sad. He was crying the whole time. I don't know.
Okay. Well, in the film, someone got. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Not in real life.
No. I was just checking. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. What do you think of the phrase then? Truth in movies, lies in the news. Do you think that's?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And there's fruit drops everywhere.
I would say, I don't know. I remember. I think he's claimed to have taken credit for it. Russian vids. I believe is the one that came up with that term. I don't know if you are on that one or not.
I haven't. I've seen his videos. I just can't.
No.
I don't know. Like there's a lot of YouTube.
Yeah, of course there is. I don't want to get too far away from the chats. I see Sunstar Thunder Lightning's with us tonight, and yeah, she is the one that helped me test this platform first of all. So, big thanks to her. Yeah, is there any other channels that you you say you've got a load of these up here, have you?
There might be a few more, but honestly, I don't even know. I know we've got Appalachian Bourbon Hunter, I think, and
Yeah.
I think Appalachian Investor or something like that.
Are you from the
but you don't have
Appalachians
to
or?
Huh?
Are you from the Appalachians? Is that? why you use that name?
I'm from Connecticut myself, but then I moved to West Virginia when I was like 13, and now it's home.
What, the Appalachians or West Virginia?
Yeah,
Yeah, my
so like
geography.
it feels like the last place in the world that's free. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Would you call it wilderness, or is that quite built up?
At first I would have, like I come from like, again, Connecticut, and like that's very compact.
Yeah.
And I came out here and it's 45 minutes, and like I could go around the corner back when, but now I moved here and it's like 45 minutes to anywhere. You're 12, 13 years old in the car, you got to pee. Like what the heck is this? I've never held my stuff in a car this long.
Right.
And it's a culture shock, but you get used to it.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I'm not sure if anyone else is going to come on. Are you happy to stick around? I don't want to force you to
I mean, I'm good until I see that ringing.
Okay.
I figure
gotcha.
I'm going to see that ringing. I'm not positive I'm going to, but
I'm not
might.
going to get you to give too much of yourself away, but it sounds like, yeah, you're on. Well, you can share what you like and what you don't want, of course. But yeah, it's appreciated that you've come on today.
Appreciate the open mic.
Did you? I'm guessing, because I know Nathan Oakley's shouted me out a couple of times, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Is
we
that-
see each other. Yeah, I've seen you quite a bit, to be honest. I love Nathan Oakley's channel.
Yeah, me too, definitely. Yeah, I'll get your opinion, because I don't know if you managed to see that bit just before I spotted you in there, where I said about someone on Instagram asked me if about promoting my channel. Did you catch that bit?
No, I didn't. I didn't hear what happened. No, I came in. There was a video about to play.
Okay,
and I think I'd seen the video, but I'm not. I don't even remember. It was something about probably needles.
Okay. Yeah. No, I uploaded some. I upload my thumbnails onto Instagram, and someone. First of all, they messaged me and said, "Brilliant picture, please send it." So I sent it, and then they said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna share your content, put it up on, and let everyone see it," which I thought was very kind. And then the next thing they do is say, "Oh, but we do require a small fee for doing that." Do you think that's a scam or what? They seem to be everywhere now.
Is that a scam?
Because
that a scam?
My opinion is just like, mentioning Nathan, he kindly shouted my channel out, and I like to think that if there's YouTubers or anyone that putting good stuff out, I'll freely let other people know about it, So to then kind of demand someone, it just reeks of scam, especially when, social media's full of that sort of thing, I've noticed lately.
I mean, there's a golden rule in the world, but,
Yeah.
it's hard to enforce it.
What's the golden rule, sorry?
Treat others like you'd be treated. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most certainly, actually. I totally agree with that.
But you can't fault people for, forgetting the rules or forgetting their manners. Those things happen too.
Yeah, I suppose yeah. I suppose you would have to be, you would hope you would have to be quite desperate to be at a point where you're trying to deceive people out of their, money, for example. But
I don't feel deceived when, I donate to someone who I like, especially if they're having problems. Problems happen. This world sucks. Like, I don't care who you are. Your life sucks a little bit, and even if it's not genuine, someone would need the money for something else. And if I like them and I like their content, you know what? I don't have a problem, and I don't think it's a scam. But if you're gonna go around and call other people, okay, today was hard. A moment was hard because we were in the chat and someone was oh man, I almost don't want to stop. I almost want to stop myself because I don't think I can explain myself
It's not a subject
and
you
my
want to get into.
feelings
That's fair enough.
of like hypocrisy.
Okay, fair enough. I respect that.
You know
If
what I
it's not a
mean?
subject you want to get into, yeah. I mean, I know
I just don't think I could explain it right.
Yeah,
But
fair enough.
it was almost like screw it. What's gonna happen?
Was it an accusation of? Yeah.
Huh?
Was someone making an accusation of scamming then, or was?
Well, yeah, that's what it is. I mean, that's what it is. You watch, and then there's a particular channel who comes and says let's say, here are your points. Your conclusion is completely wrong.
Right.
So you're scamming.
Yeah.
Now when they say that, they mean your conclusion is the end of our argument, but we need to stay at the argument.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, that's
Who are you referring to? Hello, by the way.
Oh, greetings, Nathan.
Hey, Nathan.
Can I check everyone can? Yeah, you can both hear each other, can you?
Yeah, I can hear you too.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Also for joining us. I've never had more than one person on this stream.
I realised that's why I joined. I just wanted to see how your stream worked. I was intrigued.
Okay, well, yeah, massive appreciation.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
what's your guest's name? Sorry, what's your name, my friend?
Me? I'm Adam. Hey, man.
Who are you referring to? Was it a specific subject where people?
It'd be Bev, if I'm being honest. I mean, if I'm being frank and honest, it was just basically the day, on the after show, some Bevites they just kept going on the whole like, oh, but mountains, but this, but it can't be flat. It's this, if that's, but we've already known this. And the point is that we can talk to a normal person, a regular person, and we can explain in like 5 minutes how level is flat. And we have like 5 or 6 different ways to do that now. But every time we talk to a specific group of people, about 15, 20 people, they keep it spinning. They keep that wheel going. But it's not flat. It is flat, but it's not flat. And it's like,
yeah, I've described this as people seeing it as being too good to be true. They can't quite wrap their head around Earth measured flat. In spite of all the examples, it'll take a year, might take longer. With the Black Swan, it's 4 years, but that's a relinquishment of the globe belief. So, in my opinion, but I thought it was a subject that was more OBE subject. I didn't know it was specifically flat Earth subject, because this particular show isn't necessarily a flat Earth show, is it?
No, but we know each other through that show. You know what I mean? So I think that's how it came up.
Yeah, when I do the show and I call it Open Lines, it's open for anyone to come on and talk about anything they want. So I'm certainly not
cool with talking about more movies if you want.
I'm not going to object to any subject that either of you want to bring up.
Fair enough. I actually thought you were talking about Jaron, because he was the first to do that again against me, saying, "Science prove, therefore you're a scammer." So that's who I thought you were talking about.
Oh no, not this particular time, no.
This is a different time
of
being called a scammer, or we are collectively being called a scammer over at FED.
We are collectively. That's the point. Is even as just your fan, we are collective. We are like Legion. Fuck it.
I did think that was a very scummy thing of Jaron to do, by the way, to call you that, Nathan. But I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that.
I don't know what's going on. I mean, I've met Jaron. I know Jaron. I've had a reasonable relationship with him for almost 10 years. So why he would do that, I don't know. But there we go. That's what people on our own side are doing to us currently. When we're in the strongest position we've ever been in terms of the argument, we are literally being attacked on both sides. But when this came up on yesterday's show, Fractal Curvature is like, you know you're over the target when you're being attacked from both sides.
Yep.
I said on the, I said on that, what was it? Earth Awakenings, was that where it was? No, yeah, Earth Awakenings maybe. The other day, I said, is this whole thing? It kind of felt like like an intervention at the beginning. It felt like they were going, they had you come so that you can
OBE, I think you
get
might have your
flustered.
line open. Just so
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
I'm
if
sorry.
you're not talking, you'll cause a load of feedback.
Sorry, that was probably me. By the way, I've got to say, yeah, I know you're a bit of an audio perfectionist, aren't you, Nathan? Would that be fair?
Absolutely. Without question, I am so fussy about audio. If I can hear feedback, I'll be like, I'm more than happy to tell the host of the show, which is you, which is so rude. But there we go, that's me. I'm sorry.
Well, of course, you provided me the the equipment I'm using now, and one thing I do think about every time I listen back to my streams, I always hear like a hissing noise at the beginning. I think it's the gain's too high, or I'm in, and I always think, oh, I bet Nathan would be cringing to think I'm putting out such a not so great sound. It's a lot better than it used to be, though. I will say that.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with your sound. It sounds fine.
Oh, thank you. I've started with some archive video at the beginning of this one, and it was one from 2021, and the audio's slightly better than when I did it prior to that. And yeah, some of my early stuff is absolutely, it's like water sound in the background. So yeah, thanks to your kindness and generosity, I think it's improved the quality and sound of the stream. So I owe you that. Thank you.
Well, it's bizarre because the reason I was able to give that kindness and generosity is because a chap called Paul gave me a computer, which turned out to be very unreliable. That's not his fault. But the same guy has literally today turned against me, it seems, because he's posting videos of a hate channel that's making videos specifically about me and other FED panel members. And the guy who bought me the computer that left me in a position to get yours repaired. So that computer that you're using was broken. So what I did was I took it to the guy, my local computer guy, one of you's off mute, and basically said, can you make this work at any cost? So I bought the graphics card that you've got there. I think it's a 1070. Someone had traded that in. So I was like, I'll have that. It was 100 quid. Chuck that in, and then he fiddled with the motherboard to get it boshed together and working on random channels. And it was brought back to life after someone bought me a computer. So yeah, but the like I say, the guy that did buy me the computer has seemingly turned on me now. I don't know why. I tried to call him literally 10 minutes ago, and he wouldn't take my call.
That's you don't think it was a deliberate ploy to set you back, then, giving you a piece of equipment or is that just being a bit skeptical?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, there's been people who suggested that. I think it's a bit of a stretch. Some computers are just inherently unreliable, and this one was one because it was badly spec'd by the people who sold it to that Paul guy. But I think he had the best of intentions. He bought the very best of the best in terms of what was available. He bought the very best parts you could buy. So one would think that would mean a very, very good computer. Well, it just wasn't. So I don't think that can in any way be put on the guy who handed over his hard-earned cash to buy it. That's very unreasonable. What I can do is say categorically, it seems he's turned against me, and I don't know why. And I've tried to find out, and I don't know. It's sad, but there we go. That's life.
Sorry to hear that. Let's hope you can, mend whatever it is that's caused that. Perhaps I'm not going to obviously badmouth someone that was so generous to you, but I'm, so as I say, let's hope I can. I could speculate why he might be doing that sort of behaviour, but he definitely means it in a negative sense, does he? Or it's not a misunderstanding?
Well, I don't know without being able to contact him. I mean, by coincidence, this particular spamming of hateful links about me was taking place on a channel that, again, this is all computer linked. So this particular videographer was working off a phone, and I did a GoFundMe campaign to get a computer for him. And that particular videographer then upped his game considerably from doing crappy streams off a phone. you know, that particular videographer's had plenty of support from me, lots of shout outs and directing people to his channel. So to go in today and go, oh wow, this person who's bought me a computer is literally in this other person who I've done a GoFundMe to get a computer, spamming links that are hateful about me. So I went in, like I've come into this channel and said, what's going on? Number one, I'm banned in your chat. And I got an explanation that there was a rogue mod banning everybody. And I'm like, fine. But also one of your mods, the same guy who bought me this computer, is spamming hate about me. What's going on? And I was told, how dare you criticize me on my show? So I'm like, okay, fine. That's the end of the support for you then. No worries. You know, I'm not that attached to you, my friend. But if you want to, you know, tell me that it's fine to have people slagging me off and spamming hate about me in your chat, then fine. You know, I just won't support you anymore. No worries.
Oh, well, that's a shame. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who it was you're referring to. Flatsy, is that right? Or
Yeah,
if you don't want to name him, then you don't have to. We still got Adam with us.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, thank you both for joining. I'm not sure if we'll get a third. I mean, you're both welcome to be here for as long as you want, or, you know, hang up, or if you've got any subjects you particularly want to talk or ask about.
How you guys doing?
I'm good. My paracetamol's running out, and I'm very, very ill at the moment. So I don't know how much longer I can maintain a decent conversation with you. But as long as I can, I'll stay here. I can feel the headache and coughing coming back on. I've got to be honest.
I hear you. I hear you.
Oh yeah, sorry. Always horrible to get knocked out by a bug or something in it. So, but you're still managing to do your. Of course, we looked at Adam's channel, and often I remember thinking to myself, you know, I look at channels, and then Nathan's in the chat quite a lot, and I know I've yelled you out, but sometimes I feel like I put your name in the show notes, like on each show, any person who's like Adam, for example, we looked at his Wall of Movies channel. I mean, I wouldn't expect hundreds of subscribers from this appearance, but you never know. But yeah, certainly look at Nathan. You've got a couple of very active channels, haven't you?
Yeah, both the same. Nathan Oakley naming.
Yeah,
You do loads of promoting. Even when I'm just in your chat, you'll go to my channel. I'm like, oh wow, thank you.
I was just thinking that was one thing I didn't do enough of, but if you think I do, then
Far from it. You promote the hell out of me. I've got no complaints. Not that I'm suggesting anybody should have to promote anybody ever. It's done out of the goodness of your heart. But thank you. No, I'm really grateful.
Well, it was. Yeah, I'll put links to these. I'm guessing I probably don't need to put them in the live chat. I'm not sure. I don't want to forget the live chat, of course. But I expect most people in there know how to find you, but I'll certainly put a link. Yeah, I asked Adam, so Nathan, I'll ask you. I mean, I don't know why I'm bothering about this, but I got this message from someone called AI Art Community, as I said, talking about, I've had a reply from them now, that they'll upload pictures and videos and tag us to their followers to get publicity, and they expect a fee for that. I mean, I suggested that was a scam, but yeah, one thing, yeah, you've always been, as likewise, you've been very generous in giving my support. I think it was your shout out that got me twice over the 2K subscriber mark.
Twice? You mean it dropped down? And went back up again?
Yeah, the first time you did it, I think probably around the time of when you gave me the microphone or the computer, one of them you gave me a shout out, and yeah, then it dropped down again. I've never been able to go beyond 2.1 maybe the most, or 2.15, and then it just seems to drop between 1.94 and 2.05 for some reason.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean, as I said earlier, in my early videos, the audio was terrible, and I've done enough bad live streams that I can understand people not, and as that's mainly what I do, I think the only way I could properly get my numbers up would be to not do live streams and focus on pre-edited videos. But you never know, do you?
You've got to start somewhere. I mean, you say you had bad audio. One of the pieces of advice that I've heard many times from successful YouTubers is, don't muck around because you haven't got really good equipment. Make the videos, because the first 10, 20, 30 videos that you make are probably not going to do anything. So you're better off just getting on with it and doing it, regardless of how poorly you're going to be doing it with, in your case, with audio. And then over time, you'll improve and grow, and you are. So, you know, I wouldn't look back too much. Just look forward. You know, if you want to make more edited videos, I don't think how many live streams affects your popularity. It's all good. It all goes in the same direction.
You could be right, although what I've noticed with YouTube is it seems to be my early videos did quite well, like in the tens of thousands. I've had one that got into the like over 100k, and then it sort of, as time went on, it was almost like people saw the channel. Oh, I know what he's all about. I'm not even clicking it. You know, I'm not. That's kind of the impression I've got. I know some people have suggested YouTube are shadow banning you, but I kind of think that's just a bit of an excuse for not, you know, having. I'm not sure. I mean, what I've noticed with YouTube, it seems they will present your content to a particular audience, like a small, you know, a relatively small audience, depending on the size of your channel, and after that, you're based on other people sharing or liking. But yeah, I think a lot of it comes down to shares. And as I said, I had some that were in the high numbers, and that was, I remember someone saying that they had shared a load of links to the video on in a load of comment sections and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I encourage that all day long. Share.
Yeah, most definitely. I kind of got away from my. I'm not going to ask you. I'm not going to ask your opinion on subscribers. But if you want someone on Instagram to promote your channel, $99 for 20 posts. I suppose it's a business. It's a bit harsh for me to say that's a scam without really knowing.
Well, I mean, it is, because the people that they're putting in. Go back to that screen again. What they've got is a whole bunch of people sat at desks.
Right.
You know, posting out videos. Last time I saw something like this, they had literally call centers full of people that would en masse log in from Taiwan or somewhere, and once you paid your money, they'd just plop themselves on one of your videos, and they'd all, with multiple accounts, just watch your video. All the people in the call center. It's like, well, other than falsely manipulating your numbers, which I definitely don't want. I rely on my stats being accurate to know which direction I'm going. But what you actually want with views and subscribers and followers or whatever it is they're flogging is real people that are interested in your video, not 50 people in a call center that are just doing it because they're told, here's this next link, go and like the video and subscribe to it. Here's the next link, go and like this video. And they're never going to watch your video again.
No, you're absolutely right. There's no you're not building a relationship with your viewers based on the content you're putting out. You're just, as you say, getting your numbers up, aren't you? So
I would imagine the scam would come something like a year later if you kept doing it and then realized that your videos weren't actually getting any real traction. And then they went, give us more money or we'll unsubscribe all these people and you'll look terrible. That would be where I would imagine the scam comes. They threaten to take them all back again, the ones that aren't even doing anything for you.
Do you know what? Because when I messaged this person, what they were offering wasn't this. Their claim was, we'll upload your photos and videos on our page and we'll tag you and our followers will notice it to basically publicize it. Kind of what you've done for me, and I'm countless other channels, and you do let people know about good channels and stuff, hopefully. Not you personally, but everyone will let. And for a small fee, they'll do the same for me. But what they're actually saying is, we just want your buy followers. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That is, and that would put you in a very vulnerable state. You're right.
Yeah, people got suckered into the whole buying subscribers. That's what people mean when they say buying subscribers. This is what they mean.
Yeah, and not a good business model, hey, hopefully. Right, it looks like Adam has gone. Apologies if I'm guessing he might have had a call. You're still with us, Nathan, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, just yeah, I noticed one of you had gone, so I wasn't 100% sure which. Yeah, I'm gonna try a couple more. Do you ever used Video Ninja much, or is it something you were familiar with?
Not at all. I was quite intrigued to see how you were doing your show. That's one of the reasons I joined. I thought, I wonder what he's using to do his
I'll bring it.
multiple guest, live streams.
Let me take that. Yeah, this is a website. If you go on to Video Ninja, oh yeah, I've seen the live chat moving, so I'll have a look who's in there in a second. Yeah, the way you joined it was as a guest with a link, but if you went on to videoninja.com, I think, let me find it. Then it lets you don't have to sign in or anything. It does work. Oh, I bet. Yeah, it's now asking me to reload, so I can do it from a private page. Let's see. A bit of a live tutorial, right? It would then, you can create a room, which is what this is. This is if you just want to share your cameras, so you can use your mobile, like add your cameras if you just want your one person, you could offer that out to. But yeah, this is create a room, and from here you you can add some. I'm not sure what the maximum is. It will probably tell you somewhere in the information, but yeah, it's a good website actually. I'm gonna put a link in the description and in the live chat.
Yeah, this is really good.
Oh, I see. Flurf Daddy got the call. No problem, Ray or Adam.
I'm back. I just want to tell you.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, we're
Are
just.
you the price of Adam?
Yes. Hey, God. Hey, Nathan. How are you doing?
No, you should just go by a couple of names. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt that there was enough people in the last month or two that confused me with Adam Meakin that I felt I should just maybe change up again. But that whole Flurf Daddy Ray Lives was just a joke taken a little far.
I didn't get the joke, but there we go.
It was just like, I'm gonna change my name to Flurf Daddy, and then I said Ray because Flurf Daddy Ray sounds kind of funny and cool. And at first it was keeps a promise because I said that I would do it, but I didn't do it, and then I did it, and so in joke.
Flurf Daddy Adam's much more distinct from the Adam Meakin. So yeah.
Adam's got a channel though, hasn't he?
Yeah, the Adam Meakin.
Yeah, of course. Because talking about Jaren earlier, I don't know if I did say it earlier. I meant to if I didn't when you were discussing him. Credit to him because he is the place. It was his shout out that through which I found you. Your channel, Nathan. Although perhaps I would have come across it eventually anyway. But yeah, I was surprised to hear that things had gone sour with. Not that I want to bring all that up again, but and I'm not sure if I might have heard Adam Meakin's channel be shouted out by him. I heard him mention something about a test he did on an aeroplane. Did Jaren cover that, or am I thinking of someone else?
No, Adam did with accelerometers on a plane. Yes, it was many years ago.
Yeah, I'm guessing Jaren probably did shout that out also. So yeah. Does he upload a huge amount these days, or? I will let him.
No, he's got a full-time day job. He's a pharmacist.
Gotcha. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, he's a great member on your stream. I have in the past thought I want to come on. I have actually come on to Discord in the past with it, but it's not a platform I've ever taken to hugely. I'm not sure why.
Me neither. I only use it for a gateway, so that there's a way into the room.
Yeah.
Like for a public member to come and just debate if they choose to.
Well, yeah, I mean, if video, not that I'm going to try and take you away from Discord, because I know a lot of people on there enjoy your stuff. But if you want it more personal, well, yeah, Video Ninja's as personal as you want to, as to who you want to share the link with. So if it was a bigger channel like yours, it could be I don't know if it'd be dangerous, because same as with Discord, anyone could come on right now and start saying all sorts of things that could potentially, but yeah, I suppose that's just the risk you take, isn't it, when you invite people on?
Yeah, that's my life. What you just described, assessing the risk of guests. But this would be more of a replacement for G+. I don't know if you've ever joined G+, but I pay for that, so it's about $10 a month to have the Google panel, whereas this would be a direct replacement for that potentially.
Possibly. The only thing I would say, which I'm sure you're well aware of, is if you pay for it, then I'm guessing they've got some sort of obligation to, to make sure it runs properly, yeah?
But that's the thing, that's the reason I continue to use it. So because Google Meet, as it was renamed, became sort of semi-commercial, the reliability, when they simplified it and got rid of features that I actually do like, but the reliability was exceptional. So occasionally I'll have hiccups with Discord. It'll occasionally kick me out of a room or things like that. G+, just, I need it to work day in, day out without fail, hence I'm prepared to pay for it.
Yeah, I got
It's
you.
disastrous if that room doesn't work, because then I don't have a show. If I don't have Discord, it means I don't have a link to the public, but I still have a show.
Am I right thinking someone came on and deliberately said or did something in the Discord that had it taken down?
Not that I know of. I mean, I don't know the Discord or what goes on there very much because it's not mine. So the Discord server's run by Righteous Force, and he isn't me. So he has his own, issues that he has to deal with that Discord server. So you'd have to ask him. All I use it for, literally each day, all I do is go to Discord and go to the room that's been allocated to Flat Earth Debate, so that it matches the link in my info box. So that if you're a member of the public and you click that link, it'll take you to the welcome room in Discord, and then you get voice verified by one of his, not my, moderators. So that he's got a whole team of people that will voice verify people, check that they're not that troll that's going to, in other words, they have a little chit chat with them for 5 minutes. Oh, how's it going? Oh, what are you in here for? And they're not me. In other words, they have the ability to say, oh, right, you want to prove Earth's a sphere. Oh, you think that the horizon blocks, oh, cool. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to do that with them. I'd start arguing with them immediately. So there's a symbiotic relationship with the moderation team, and I'm so grateful that I've got them. Yeah. All I use is the room to join. That's it. I don't go into the chats. And when people tell me, I've sent you a link in the chat in the show, I'm like, I need one of the moderators to send it me on Skype then so I can present it on screen. And if they can't, I won't, because I'm not going into the Discord chat. I've never been in and I never will.
Okay.
Can I be honest for a minute?
Carry on, Nathan. Carry on, Adam. Sorry.
I noticed a year or so ago that when around the time you stopped showing the Discord chat, I remembered I'd let a few F-bombs slide in the Discord chat, so they probably showed up on screen. And I always figured that that was a little bit. I was partly to blame.
Don't really know what you mean.
Well, what I was referring to was when for a while it might be something different to what Adam's talking about, but when you had to go on Element.
Yeah.
Because that was because, oh, by the way, hello to Adam Meakin, who is in the live chat tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, although Adam might be talking about something else that what he was referring to there, but I thought the Discord was removed for violation or something, but I don't know.
Adam's moaning, saying I'm supposed to be ill. I am very, very ill. So what I did after my live stream ended today was went to bed, and I got up about 3/4 of an hour ago to find that I'm being smeared by someone who bought me a computer. So I went on there, had my paracetamol, and then came on here. But I can feel it wearing off, and then I'm probably going to go back to bed again.
Oh, that's just what you need when you're ill to find out someone's attacking you. Although I would say when you are ill, you're not able to necessarily rationally focus on some things. Maybe if so, yeah.
Well, the thing is, yeah. I'm sat in my comfy chair in my lounge, which happens to be my studio. You can probably hear the washing machine in the next room going because I'm only on the iPad. But this is like, for me, just a phone call. The fact that you're going out live is inconsequential to me. I'm so used to it. So it doesn't matter. This is just a phone call. You're a friendly... Hold on, I have to cough from lungs. Hold on.
No problem. Hitting the cough button. Appreciate that.
You're a friendly, which means I can have a nice, happy chit-chat with you and relax. Because that's what I see this as. It's a bit like me doing my show. I find it very relaxing to do my show. It takes me away from the general stress of being poor and other things.
Yeah, I totally understand what you mean. Yeah, long may it continue. I generally don't get too stressed about things. Although, having said that, before I came to the realization that like everything was a lie and whatnot, I had an obsession. I think you've mentioned somewhat similar. I had an obsession kind of with tech and with phones, and I used to write for a website and review products. Basically like blogging, and you're trying to get things sent to you for free. And I remember getting very bitter with a company because they would send me stuff and then ask for it back. And I knew other people that weren't getting and I remember becoming very bitter about it and probably turning against people that were actually doing a really decent, quite a decent thing for me. So yeah, that was just a hobby as well. I should have been appreciative of anything I got, but yeah, it is, depending on your outlook on things, it is easy to maybe take offense where there shouldn't be any. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's certain videographers that have got millions of subscribers that will be sent junk all day long that half the time they don't even want, and there's certainly no request to get it sent back because that's based on status. It's just it's a status thing, isn't it? So if you're a smaller videographer and you're like, can I review the latest phone? Yeah, of course you can. We trust you. They send it you and they're like, well, we want it back because we want to send it to 20 more little YouTubers. But if you're a big YouTuber, it's worth the investment of just giving them that phone on the vague off chance that they might continue to use it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I did get some, quite. Yeah, I think I was offered a trip to what's that thing they have, Mobile World Congress, I think.
Cool.
And I was also invited to London a couple of times to attend certain things and things I should have been really appreciative of, but for some reason I ended up, because one of the website I wrote for, some of the people that were doing very little seemed to be getting all the free stuff, and I was there slaving. But I ended up ditching that. But I think if I were, anyway.
You go nuts if you do that. Comparing yourself to others, especially when it comes to things like YouTube, it's like you will drive yourself absolutely insane if you're like, I cover these subjects and I've got 2,000 subs. This other person does a really poor job and has got 10,000 subs. And they only work half as much as I do, and they're not doing any research. What an outrage. You're like, that's just how it goes. If you start comparing yourself to others in that way, you very quickly go bonkers.
Yeah, very true.
Just pay attention to your own trajectory. How well am I doing? What am I doing? What can I do to improve what I'm doing?
Yeah, that's that. I cannot argue with that for a second. I mean, it's strange. I think there's a video up, one of the first videos ever gone up on YouTube, and it's Freddy at the zoo or something, and it's probably, I don't know, in the billions, but it's in the hundreds of millions of views. It's funny how YouTube works, isn't it? It almost seems the more effort sometimes you put in, the less, you know, it seems to not always work out how you'd expect it. But yeah.
You and I are definitely not algorithmically favoured in any way, shape, or form. So while you say yes, your videos go out to a small number of people, there will be other people in this subject arena that are covering conspiracy that are favoured conspiracies, the conspiracies they want people to be looking at. Like when you say that the WHO are in the mainstream media talking about X virus or whatever you were talking about at the beginning of this stream, right? Well, that is their version of the I'm happy for the public to see this conspiracy. So if Popcorn Planet or some mainstream YouTuber covers that particular conspiracy because they've read it on a Google search on the first result when searching for, I don't know, viruses or something similar, when they come across it on the first result and talk about it and they get monetized for it, they're going to happily keep doing that exact same pattern. Do you know what I mean? Even though they're basically supporting the mainstream version of conspiracy theory, the approved conspiracy theories. That's what you were covering. And I was like, it's pure projection. They're telling us that there's a conspiracy. Well, you're the ones telling us about it. So where's it come from? Well, from you. You're telling us it's come from somewhere else, but you're the ones putting it out there. And it's the same story as the 2020 story, but just with a third party you've invented and a nonsensical version of the same events that happened in 2020. It's pure projection.
Yeah, most definitely true. And I'm sure you know how, delicately you had to tread back in those days. But I'm guessing you don't get hit with strikes so much these days, as you're on a fairly, I wouldn't have thought too many people could be offended by the subject you cover mainly.
And I mean, I don't get any videos removed because how are you going to? You can't really remove me for not. So I'm just a bit fuzzy-headed. What was the question again?
Sorry, Nathan, I know you're unwell. I was say you don't get community strikes anymore. They're a lot easy going on.
Oh, right. No, I don't. Well, I was going to say this about you. It's the way you don't get promoted. It's not fair to call it censorship. It's just promoting others higher up in the algorithm than you. So you won't get any love in that regard. But for instance, if you search for a subject that you've specifically covered, you won't get brought up on the lists. Somebody who's covering it in a way that the mainstream approves of will be brought up on the lists. And that's your Popcorn Planet and all those sorts of people that are seemingly covering the Illuminati and conspiracies and stuff like that. But it's the first result on a Google search that a YouTuber's just talking about that is clearly there from the mainstream narrative. We'll see this over the next week. I know because I'm familiar with what you do and how it affects what's going to be. You're just more observant than most people. You can see what's going to come up in terms of the bullshit that's come out in the media in the next week. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if your various conspiracy channels start to cover this subject like it's a real conspiracy, as opposed to the way you've covered it, if you see what I mean. But the way you've covered it is detrimental to the narrative.
Yeah, most.
They'll just promote people above you who cover it the way they want it covered. In the same way, Simon Dunn gets promoted above me if you search for Flat Earth. It's the same thing.
Yeah, fair point. Although, do you not find that when someone like Simon Dan, or who was the other guy who, Dave Keegan, when he talks about you, does that do much for your, the exposure?
No, because to date they've never put links to my channel, so no one can find me. And if you search for me, you don't find me. So what possible help could it have? Oh, right, I hear the name Nathan Oakley being ridiculed. Number one, why would you want to search for me? But even if they did, they're not going to find their way to me.
Yeah, I know if you search Nathan Oakley, I think probably is a Simon Dan video that comes up first, or Dave McKeegan probably now. Yeah, you're right. They have kind of changed how the search search works. I do. I did have one. I've only ever had one person respond to any of some of the videos I've said where I think people are faking their pregnancy. I've only ever had one celebrity, and he actually put a link on Twitter to the video. He said this is the most laughable, insane thing I've seen all year. Like, discrediting it, obviously, but it for that one video it got views, but for my channel I don't think I grew particularly. I don't believe anyone joined me, and a lot of people suggested that even those that did probably click the link and watch it may have been, as you said, the people that work in the call centres or not call centres, the warehouses where they're all clicking on, they're all watching videos because they're paid to watch it, but who knows?
Potentially. Flat Daddy Ray lives from the chat. Is he still in here? He says FE isn't hidden, it's buried and ignored. Yeah, good summary.
Yeah, sorry, let me check. Yep, you're still with us. That's great. Adam, if you wanna, we're probably gonna finish up in the next 20 minutes. I mean, if you guys are welcome to stay or go as long as you feel the need.
I mean, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, I'll hang around. I've got some food on the way. I'm gonna try. I haven't eaten anything for about 3 days, so I'm gonna try and get a salad inside me. My wife's cooking it now, so that'll be ready in about 20 minutes, hopefully.
Probably it was probably that marathon day that got you sick, huh?
It's just a build-up of stress. So, yeah, lots of things breaking. The computer being broken for a solid 16 months. Our electricity all failed, and we were stuck with no heat, no light, no water. It just all piled up, and then eventually you overcome each thing individually, and then you get to the end of the tunnel, and then you get really sick. That's where I'm at now.
Yeah, that sounds like life. Yeah,
exactly. It's just life. I shouldn't bleat and moan.
Right. If someone doesn't bleed and moan, then we're just always sick.
Yeah, I find you've almost got
off. I've decided I'm not going to work tomorrow. I don't typically work on a Saturday or Sunday. Anyway, sorry, sounds like I'm going to vomit on your show. I'm really sorry.
Oh, Nathan, that's terrible. I'm sorry you're feeling as bad as that. To give yourself a day off. We all need a time to recover. In fact, that's one of the things I push I observe the day of rest. Sundown Friday, sundown Saturday. I don't know. It just seems to put me personally, I don't know if it would work for anyone else, into just a nice chance to switch off. But that's my advice to anyone who wants to, if it might work for them.
Not bad advice.
It's weird in a way, because it's the people who watch the show enjoy seeing all that sort of stuff going on with me personally, and that's kind of weird, but also kind of nice when people are supportive of the woes that you face. It's incredibly nice, actually.
It's a really personal subject, like it's understandable that, I mean, I guess I have to include myself into it, but we invest enough of our imagination into thinking that we know what's going on, and then we learn that, oh no, we don't know, and then we're following the show because the show is on the cutting edge. It is at the tip of the spear. I like the words "the tip of the spear." It's a good way to say it. But we're still we're like the butt of the spear.
You're trying to get through the feedback. Which one of you's got your line open?
I don't know what that means.
I'm on mute.
Feedback, that's all.
I do keep hearing like a clicking noise. I'm not sure if it might be, because I'm not, as far as I know, there shouldn't be any audio coming out of. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I have my mic open and my sound is coming through. I don't know how to deal with. I don't do this normally.
No, it's OBE lines. We're hearing his speakers through his mic.
Oh, well, at least it wasn't me.
Oh, you think it's
But
coming
yeah,
from?
I was just saying that it's like
Hold on a sec. The way to solve that is to just mute the line in Ninja when your guests are talking, and then you won't hear feedback. But at the moment, everything's feedbacking because you're not on mute. OBE.
Hang on. So it's not when I've got my microphone unmuted, or it is?
No, it is. We're hearing your speakers through your mic.
Because I've got them
So you're listening to us, and your mic is listening to us too, and we can hear your mic listening to us.
That's weird, because I've got headphones in, but you're saying it's still picking that up, is it?
Yeah, if you mute your line in video, regardless of headphone use, it will just feed back if you're off mute, which you are. When your guests talk. It's just when your guests talk, just mute. That's it.
Yeah, I am actually. I'm clicking mute in OBS, which is because all the audio is coming from. It's all coming from like OBS being sent to video. Now, yeah. So I believe if I was to mute. Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, this is like the first, as I said, it's the first time I've had it with more than one person in the thing. So
try
yeah,
it. Just see what happens. See what happens if you mute, and then I'll ask the chat. Watch if everybody disappears when he clicks the mute button and I keep talking, and see if it does remove me from the conversation. So if you just click on mute now, and we'll see what happens in video in Ninja.
Yeah, you can see this.
See the little.
You can see my mouse moving. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure which one of you, which one's on a upright phone portrait. Is that Nathan? Isn't that?
Maybe.
I think that's me. I think I'm on the right.
So okay, both of you talk if you don't mind.
Check.
Okay, so I've muted Adam. Yeah, it says put a label. Maybe that's probably been something to do. Right, unmute Adam. So if I now mute myself though, yeah, that means I've got to be muting.
Not that one. The one next to it.
This one, of course it is.
That one. Check. Well, yeah. Now let's see if the audience can still hear us. Hopefully, Adam in the audience.
I can still hear you.
You can still hear me because we're in the internal Ninja chat. But if the
I have YouTube open. I'll press. I'll make it right.
Yeah, if you can check if we're still coming through on his via Discord with him on muting Ninja, because then this solves the feedback problem, because it's internal to Ninja that this feedback's happening, and it's because he's got his line open. But hopefully it's still coming out. Is us talking still coming out to Discord?
Oh,
it's still coming out to YouTube.
I'm still hearing you, which means, hang on, I'll do that again. And
I listen to the YouTube feed right now, and it was so.
Yeah, that's perfect. So all you need to do is just click that mute button when your guests are talking, and that's it. And then you won't have any feedback ever again. Awesome.
Yeah, the only problem is I've also got a mute button on OBS, which mutes me to YouTube. So there's a chance I'm still going to have a load of feedback coming out. Yeah, this is why.
No. The only feedback is internal feedback on Ninja. Definitely, I'm 100% certain the only feedback issue is through Ninja, and if we're hearing it, it's going to go out to your audience. But if you're on muted Ninja, that won't happen. So long as when you don't have guests, obviously, if you're doing videos and stuff and you want to mute your entire output to Discord, then yeah, you use that mute button. But when you're with guests, just use that mute button, and then you won't cause feedback. I'll stop lecturing you.
No, I do appreciate the instructions. It's just, yeah, I've got to bear in mind that my microphone's still. I believe you'll still be hearing me on YouTube, although it won't be affecting the call. Though, yeah, you're right.
I see what you're saying. So your line still goes directly through to YouTube from your mic, even if you've closed the mic line in here. But as long as you've solved the feedback, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I've got two mics. So, for example, I could be talking, YouTube are hearing me. If I muted this but didn't mute OBS, yeah, YouTube would be hearing me, but you wouldn't. So, yeah, after nearly 2 hours, it's this is the point where I, stop functioning so well. But I do really appreciate you trying to give me some
I
instructions
totally
on
get it.
this.
It's incredibly confusing. So
Oh, sorry, carry on. Say it again. I think I
yeah,
muted
it's
you
very
both.
confusing. And on my show, I've got a mute button on G+, a mute button on Discord, a mute button on Voice Meter Banana, a mute button on OBS. I've got a shortcut to the mute button for Voice Meter Banana. I've got 5 mute buttons.
Yeah, and then it's just
Yeah.
it's making sure you unmute them all at the right time and not
Yeah, that's half the task of running a show with. It's so difficult if you've not got a producer, because you've got to do it, and you're obviously trying to talk and make sure that you're getting a decent output to your guests, your guests in YouTube watching. But by the same token, you want to keep the show running. So it's kind of finding the balance between, am I producing it well enough, and is the material that I'm actually talking about good enough? It's striking a balance between the two. But it is hard. Decent people that have got lots of money, they have a producer, and they're worried about the lines. Anyway, I'm going to live and leave you. Thank you very much for having me.
All right. Yeah, I'm sure we could talk about this all night. But yeah, Nathan, I appreciate that.
Speak to you later. Thank you.
Cheerio. I hope you're feeling better soon. And yeah, you're taking tomorrow to recover, are you?
I'm taking a full 3 days, and then I'll be back on Monday. Thanks again. Speak to you soon.
It was good talking to you.
You too.
Yeah, most definitely. Thanks, Nathan, for joining, and yeah, taking a well-earned rest from the. I mean, he puts out works very hard on his channel, I would say.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I couldn't imagine having that kind of work ethic. I'm trying, but yeah, it's been a hard road to learn discipline, especially in your 30s, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm a decade later than that. Yeah.
Believe me, I'm gonna blink and it's gonna be a decade.
Yeah, obviously all appreciation to God for blessing us with the years, hey, to live to see out.
Yeah. It's getting better. It's getting better. I have to be honest. Like I was a depressed kid or whatever. Not trying to get deep or anything, but like, you hear it gets better, and you're like, oh man, whatever. But it gets better.
Yeah, definitely. For me, it was once you put life into perspective, you realise actually, we stop falling for half the rubbish we see. There's so many things out there that are designed to depress us or put us in a state of, as you say, depression, that it's almost inevitable that we're going to get depression. I mean, yeah, so I'm glad you've got over that period.
Yeah, life, yeah, it gets better. It does, and I'm happy about that. But I'm not trying to dwell on it or anything. I'm just thinking about it. It's a weird, what do you call it? Divergence, but that's okay.
Yeah, I'm with you. I remember I used to use Facebook, and I would find coming off of Facebook, I always felt really depressed, really. I'm not sure what it was. I ended up calling Facebook fake book, because so much of what is presented on Facebook is not real life, as it were. Even like your friends are they're only putting the best things up. You're only seeing them like the best light, and it's easy to think, oh, everyone else is doing so brilliant, and where am I going wrong? But yeah, taking a lot of it, taking Facebook and other things like that with a pinch of salt is a good place to go. Yeah, and stop looking at Facebook. Start reading the Holy Scriptures would be my suggestion.
Hey. I always wanted to read the Bible, but I never had the balls to do it.
I would say
I did buy a lot of them, and I did buy. I bought this DVD. It's a DVD of I guess somebody just reading the Bible, and it's 24 hours long. and I have not put that in the player.
Oh, fair enough. Well, it's there when you need it. Although, I would say, yeah, start at the beginning. Genesis, the chapter.
I've read that. I've read a good bit of that part. I did. Like I'm not completely what do you call it, uneducated about it, and it's not like I haven't cracked it open. It's not like I haven't read parts of it. It's just I don't know. It seems like a daunting task. Like I'd rather read that than War and Peace, though. I saw the movie.
Yeah, most certainly. I mean, a lot of people will give you their interpretation of what the Holy Scriptures is, but I think a lot of it is about reading it and just taking the words at face value, when, and yeah, just seeing what comes up with. But I didn't regularly. I mean, I looked into the Bible in my 20s, and then I kind of left it alone for a bit, and then now in my 40s again, I've started reading it. So, I mean, I can't say, for example, I've read it every day all my life. It's but yeah, it's there when you need it, as it were. I would certainly say that.
I hear you. I remember being a kid, right? And I remember being like walking around at recess and stuff like that. And I remember looking up at that sun or whatever, and being like, there's something up there that's looking at me. It's looking at me, and I know, and like it knows me somehow. And it was a weird feeling, but it was what I went on. And so I spent like a good long time asking, please talk to me like, I can understand. Please talk to me like in words, And a lot of pain later, but I like the answers that I've gotten. But yeah, I still have not gotten to that read the damn book part.
Well, I would say you're in for a treat when you do, but yeah, to aim, start small, as it were. Just yeah, I suppose it's a colossal book. Obviously, it's made up of I want to say it used to be 88 books, 66 books now of the canonized scriptures, but yeah, it's there when you need it. I'll leave it at that.
I hear you.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else is going to join us, so Adam and Nathan, both of you, thank you ever so much for tuning in, for joining. I'm going to do another one of these again. I'll possibly aim to do at least one a month. So hopefully, Adam, you'll be, no obligation, obviously, but...
No, it was a good time. You're a good host. Thank you for letting me chill.
Oh, thanks. Sometimes I listen back to these where I've done previous open lines, and it's like, oh, I'm really not an interviewer, and it might be because I'm sometimes distracted trying to focus on, maybe the live chat or not wanting. But yeah,
an open mic probably isn't the easiest interview anyway.
No, exactly. An open mic isn't an interview, is it? It's come on and say what you want. Yeah, 3 minutes and I'm going to finish up. So in case anyone wants to, right. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to get off and I am going to go cook dinner.
All right. What time are you in your part of the world?
It is 5:30 evening.
Okay. Oh, great. Well, have a nice evening. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. And I'm going to put links to both yours and Nathan's channel that we've looked at in the description for anyone who isn't watching the live chat. As I say, I don't know if you'll get a huge amount of people come over from it, but you never know.
Hey, I appreciate it. I do. It was good talking to you, and I will hopefully be back around.
Yeah, no problem. Adam, take care.
All right, bye.
Okay, we are pretty... Okay, now I can just focus on OBS audio. Yeah, it's been wonderful to host an open night. As I said, I've never had more than one person on the stream before. I also mentioned Sunstar Thunder Lightning, who we saw in the chat. Would it be nice to to have you come on again, because I know you've joined the stream a few times. As I say, I'm going to try and do one of these at least once a month. Maybe I'll do more. We'll see how it goes. But I'll certainly be back with another open line soon. Yeah, before we go, I'll thank Flurf Daddy Ray lives, Nathan Oakley, The Adam Meakin, Sunstar Thunder Lightning, AJR Wild, Maria. Anyone else? And I think that's everyone who's taken part in the live chat this evening. I'm going to put my background music on. That's normally, and once that finishes playing, then we are towards the end of the stream. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. I have been doing I haven't done a Sunday evening live stream for a while. This particular Sunday, I am gonna be, my last few Sundays I've not actually had a lot of time. This Sunday, I'm not saying I'll definitely be back, but who knows. Okay, if anyone wants to show their appreciation for this video, where are we? Then please hit the thumbs up button before you leave. Sharing and subscribing is also massively appreciated. We've lost our audio now, haven't we? Okay. Oh, I also have a list of names, a few people that I'd like to thank for their support over the years. Okay, we'll go back to our music now. And okay, let's see. Yeah. Okay, the room's now closed, but thanks to anyone who did, if anyone wants to try the next one, it is very easy to join. You just click the link and you can come on in. Right, I guess it's time to say goodnight. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. Thanks, as I say, thank you, Yehovah God, for blessing us with the opportunity to do this live stream this evening. And thanks to everyone who's tuned in, particularly those of you guys in the live chat. And Nathan Oakley for talking to us even though he seems pretty violently ill. And Flurf Daddy Ray Lives for also coming on the stream. Okay, we'll be back soon. Hope to see you in the comments section if you haven't made it in the live chat tonight. Have a great weekend. Observe the Sabbath day. Over and out. Good night.